Well, let's hope this one's a better attempt. This is the third time now trying to make this. Well, today we are going to be talking about the year up and coming for the new Call of Duty, which is Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered included if you buy the Legacy Edition. Well, that alone has caused controversy of its own, with what, $69.99 or however much the game is going to cost to set you back, which a lot of people just think they should be really giving it away with the game. Well, personally, I'm going to obviously buy the Legacy Edition without the Season Pass when I can just buy that at knockdown price, I think, on the PlayStation Store on the day. I think that's how I think what I did at the start of this game, but can't really remember exactly what I did. I think I got offered it at game for £40. I think I come home and bought it for £35 on a PlayStation Store. Well, people maybe think, oh, it's only a £5 difference, but that's still, I'd rather pay the extra, well, not pay the extra £5 just to save, well, not just to save it, but I think it's a bit extortionate or a bit overpriced when they ask you to, what they ask you to pay in store, when sometimes you can get it online cheaper. Or for like example, Amazon, you can buy so many different things off Amazon which is a lot more expensive in store, or might cost, people may say, oh, there's the disadvantage, you gotta wait for it to be posted, and sometimes we get lost in the post or broke in the post. But I've never personally had a bad experience ordering from Amazon. I'm starting off 1 in 5. It's a poor start. Never normally start this bad. This map can be really split between good and sometimes bad. It depends what spawn you get. We did get the good spawn, but that shit's just happening. I'm getting killed by a kid that's got melt in his clan tag. You know, it just probably describes that person. They're probably like, oh, there we go, finally. So let's see if we can pick up the game from here. As I was saying at the start, with Infinite Warfare costing $69.99 from most retailers, they're probably more, well, maybe more on the PlayStation. Well, some people don't justify the price of $69.99 for that like edition of the game, but if you think about it, if they brought them out separately and both on disc on the same day, you're probably looking at £45 each, which is going to result like nearly in a £90 bill just on 2 games. With the people who are like complaining at the price, they may eventually bring it out on digitally download like on the game on its own. That may end up happening, but I don't think it will on the first day. I think you'll have to, well, you will have to buy both. Buy both. You have to get one with the other, or you have the option to just get the Infinite Warfare on its own, which personally I like Black Ops 3. It's been a good game. It's been a good year for the game. Obviously some things are a bit iffy with it, or some things that I'd change, but overall it's been a pretty good year for the game. Treyarch have really brought to the table what they've brought with Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, World at War. Not so much Call of Duty 3, that was a bit of a strange game, bit of an odd one, but I'm looking forward to having an Infinity War game. They've really brought us some really good games in the past with MW2, COD 4, especially when that came out 2007. That was a groundbreaking style of multiplayer with prestige and customized classes, leaderboards. There's obviously leaderboards in other games, but more the prestige style thing that really changed it for multiplayer. And with Modern Warfare 2, it really also changed the COD series for the better, with the addition of additional kill streaks and more perks. I think that mainly for that year it was the additional kill streaks that we were able to not get, but added more competition, and the customization again with more attachments, and because you got the standard ACOG suppressor silencer with out on the grenade launcher on assault rifles. With MW2 it gave you the customization of your own clan tags. Well, obviously you had that in COD 4, but I mean like the customization for your title and emblem, that's it. and you're able to earn them as well by doing different things throughout the game, completing challenges. Where on COD 4 you get the XP for completing challenges, but there is no like reward apart from the XP for the level. But not much really in the sign of customization for like the title and emblem, the visual things, but it's not. After that, it didn't really do much at Modern Warfare 3. It was kind of the same format, apart from they brought in the support style classes. I can't remember what it was called. The lethal. Was it lethal or I can't remember what it was called, but they brought in the kind of like a score streak style system for the first time around. Where you could die. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't even be score streak, because even when you die, you lose your streak or your score. But it kind of added like a different style, which I feel didn't really work as well as like kill streak style things was, where you had to gain certain points. Or with that particular class you did anyway. With the kill streaks, it was still 3, like whatever it was, 3, 7, 3, 4, 7, 5, 8, and I think there was no nuke. I think the highest was the Juggernaut. Yeah, the Juggernaut with the walking Juggernaut with the machine gun. That was a good kill streak, but I still prefer the tactical nuke over any kill streak they've added onto the game. But overall, after MW3, I feel Battlefield had the better couple of years with their games. COD kind of went downhill. MW3 was kind of that. Well, people really like Black Ops 2, but I feel it had a good gun balance, but they then stopped that good gun balance by patching another gun that balanced it out. Where like at one point you had the MSMC, it's possibly one of the best submachine guns in the game, and then you had the Scorpion Evo at the time, which again was really, really powerful. But then they patched one and didn't patch the other, so it then made one really overused and quite pointless. Well, not pointless, but a lot of people stopped using it because of the lack of power and like ability it had. Like compared to the MSMC, they were very both equal in each way. You could really go up against somebody and then not realise like, oh, I'm gonna win. But once the patch came out and you had the Scorpion, you were like, oh, I'm gonna lose to the MSMC, or I'm not gonna be able to win this. I'm not gonna be able to do that. But the MSMC still had that thing with it didn't have much recoil, and it was shot perfect. There was no like, oh, he's like across the map, I can't reach him. You'd still like shoot and it would kill him. It's like, holy shit. Oh. But the M8 again throughout the game was the most powerful assault rifle and the best assault rifle that everybody used, because of the burst function was just again so, well, not unique, but because we'd seen that so many times. It was just you could just one burst. It didn't matter whether you hit them in the head, in the leg, in the toe. You shoot next to them, it probably would still kill them. The game just didn't. And people obviously say that, oh, it's hard to get perfect gun balance. It is, but gun balance and certain things should be monitored very frequently, not just every once in a while where they feel, oh, this gun's getting a lot of slack on like social media, on Twitter, fans are complaining about this. They should try and look into a little bit more than just taking a drastic action. With the Vesper, like a good example is the Vesper on Black Ops 3. It was the most powerful submachine gun again, bit like the MSMC and the Scorpion. You had the VMP that countered it, but it's again, the Vesper got patched with the recoil, and then there was a stupid glitch. So all you had to do is put the Varec sight on, and it'd have no recoil whatsoever. You could shoot and it wouldn't recoil. It would just stay steady, shot like a sniper. And then another patch came out just a couple of months ago before the it was a couple of weeks ago actually, before the Salvation DLC came out. The Vesper then went back to having no recoil at all. That got altered. And the VMP stayed the same, and at that point I felt the game again was a lot more like it was when it came out on the very first day, November 4th or November 5th, something like that. The base game was really good, even weapons, everything. felt really good. The Razorback was good. These days the Razorback is something people don't use as much because it's the lowest fire rate machine gun submachine gun they have. But that shouldn't really deter people from using it. It's got a high power, high damage rate. That's it, high damage rate to it. But it just doesn't keep up there. There's the Pharaoh's better. You get a lot of people using the Pharaoh, the Kuda, the VMP, and the Vesper on certain maps. But there's not really much else to say really, apart from the game has been an overall good year for the game. A couple of changes could have been made, a couple of changes shouldn't have been made. It's definitely been the best game we've had for a long time. And I feel that looking forward to next year, there's a lot more to improve on from this year. And with that, I have nothing else to say, and I'm going to end the video.